Hey guys, this is Balu and today in this tutorial I will show how you can create this kind of CGI ads or CGI visual effects video in Blender using fSpy application and GeoTracker easily. So hope you guys will find the video useful. So before going to that, I will keep a target of 100 likes. Please support me by liking this video, and you find the content in my channel useful, please support by subscribing to this channel. So now without any further delay, let's start today's tutorial. So here I'm using this fSpy application to get the camera perspective, and in order to use this fSpy application we need to have an image format. So here I got the footage from Pexels, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to use the same. So be on the starting frame of the footage. So if you're using VLC player, go to this video, take a snapshot. We will get the snapshot here. So now let's load that snapshot onto this fSpy application. So here I got the snapshot. Simply drag and drop it onto this fSpy application. So here number of vanishing points, let it be 2. And this second axis, I will change this to Z axis. So now this red line will be the X axis and this blue line will be the Z axis. So first let's align the X axis. So in order to align, I will use these markers on the road. So I'll place this here and I'll place this here one. We got the X axis set. So now let's align the Z axis. So for that I will be using this building. So let's select this point, hold shift key to zoom in at this edge. Okay. So now we got our Z axis. Make sure this Z axis is facing upwards. So we got the alignment proper. So yeah, this is fine. So I will place this cursor point here. So now let's save the file. So file, save. So here I will save this as 7777 and save the file. Now we can close this fSpy application and open Blender. So here I'm in Blender. So now let's load that fSpy data into this Blender. So go to this file option, import, select this fSpy. And by the way, if you're not getting this option, means you did not install the fSpy add-on yet. So you can check a link in the description, or else you can click on the iCard above for a video where I have shown how to download and install. After installing this add-on, select this fSpy option and locate the file. So here I got the file, select it and import fSpy file. So now we got our image along with the camera. So now let's replace this image with footage. So come to this camera options, expand this background images, change this from image to movie clip, and from here load the clip. So click on this open option. So here we got the footage, select the footage and open clip. Scroll down and let's increase the opacity to 1. So now let's add a cube here. So shift A, or else you can go to this add mesh, select a cube. So we got the cube here. So now if I play this, you can say our cube is not following the footage. And by the way, if your footage is steady, that means there are no camera movements, you can skip this tracking process. So here, since the footage is moving a bit, I need to track this footage. So for that you can use the Blender native tracking system, but I found this GeoTracker will be easy. So I will be using GeoTracker to track the footage. So press N on the keyboard to get the panels here. Select this GeoTracker, create new GeoTracker, and from this clip source we need to load our clip once again. So open, select the clip, load clip, and in geometry we will get the cube loaded, and in camera we will get the fSpy data. So after that, click on the analyze option. Here I am getting reanalyzed because I have analyzed the footage already. So click on the analyze option. It will ask for the frames. So here the footage time length is 1 to 248. So I will leave this to 1 to 248 only, and OK. So now it will analyze the footage from 1 frame to 248 frame, and again from 248 to starting frame. So here the analyzing is done. So now come to this tracking options. Here change this from geometry to camera. So since we are tracking camera, change this to camera. Click on the start pin mode and later select this track to end forward option. So it will track the footage now, and we will get the track points added here. So once this tracking is done, you can exit this pin mode, and now if I play this, the cube will be staying or following the camera movements. So here the tracking process is done. So now we can close this panel. So press N to close it, and let's save the project first. So go to file option, save. Okay, file is saved. So now we need to roughly model this building. So I will use the cube only. So let's select the cube here, press tab key for edit mode. Let's enable this X-ray vision also. So let's select this vertices and let's move this here. Now let's change this to face selection, or else Let's erase vertices here. Now here I will be aligning with the corner points of the building. So yeah, I think this is fine. So now if I play this once again, the structure will be following nice. So let's add a ground plane first. So Shift A, mesh, select a plane here, press S and increase the scaling. And let's align with the road surface here. So now we got this building and the plane created. So now let's import our blimp model. So here I got this blimp model from Sketchfab. Thank you for this creator for providing an option to download this model. So here I am using this model. I will leave a link in the description for this also. You can use the same. So simply download this model, click on the download option. Get a download in GLTF format. So it will be downloaded in zip format. Unzip the folder. Let's load that model here. So go to this file option, import, select this GLTF since we have downloaded in GLTF format. Select it. So here I got the model. Select this scene model and import. So here you can see we got the model, right? So this is way big. So let's reduce the scaling. Press S and reduce the scaling here. So I think this much will be fine. Let's see through camera. So this is way big, right? So let's reduce this a bit. So first let's place this aside here. So here we got this model with separate meshes, right? So instead of joining all the meshes, we can use empty to parent this model to an empty. So let's do that. So Shift S, select to cursor. Okay. Now Shift A, empty. So I will use this cube. So let's increase the scaling so that it fits around the model. Now select everything here. And later select the empty. Make sure this empty will be in light orange color. So that means this will be the active portion. So now Control P, P for pasta or something. So Control P and select this keep transform option here. So now we can control the entire model using this empty. So let's rotate this. So here I will be animating this model a bit. So let's reduce this a bit. So let's place this model here, be at the starting frame. Select the empty which is controlling our model. Press I on the keyboard to add a keyframe. Now move to the last frame and let's bring our model here like this. Okay, so I think this much is fine. Now again press I on the keyboard. So now if I play this, we will have this animation created. So here the speed will not be constant. So we want the speed to be constant. So for that reason, let's select both the keyframes here. Make sure the empty is selected. Come to this timeline, place the cursor on this timeline. Press A to select both the keyframes, or else you can box select the keyframes here. Now press T, T for t-shirt, and make it linear. So now the speed of this movement will be same. Nice. So now let's see how we can add cloth here. So I will add cloth at this position, right? So let's select the model here. Shift S, cursor to selected. So be on the starting frame. So Shift A, mesh, select a plane. So you got the plane created here. So RY 90. So you got the cloth or plane. So let's place this here. Let's increase the scaling a bit. So I think this much will be fine. So yeah, this is fine. Now let's add loop cut. So press tab key, right click, subdivide, and let's increase the loop cuts to 35. So I think 35 is fine. So let's apply cloth onto this plane. So select the plane here, come to this physics property, be on the starting frame. While doing this, apply cloth. So in cloth presets, I will use the cotton. So you can use whichever you like. So I'll use the cotton here. So now scroll down, come to this catchy option here. Here we need to set the starting and end frame of the simulation. So here the footage is of 248 only. And by the way, if your footage is having more frames, you can increase the simulation here. So I will change this to 248. So 240 is fine for me. After that, come to this collision options and let's enable self collision. Okay. So now if I play this, you can see the plane will be falling down. So now we need to attach this plane here. So press tab key. Let's change this to X-ray vision. Change this to vertex mode. And here, let's select these 3 vertices. Hold shift key and select these 3 vertices here. Now come to this object data properties. Click on this vertex group. Click on the plus icon. And here I will rename this as pins. And click on the assign. So now we have assigned these 6 vertexes onto this plane group and we have assigned it. So now press tab key to exit this edit mode. Come to this physics property once again. Scroll down. Come to the shape. And in pin group we need to select the groups which we have created. So select the pins. Okay. So now if I play this, you can see the cloth will be staying down, but it will not follow the movement of this object. So we need to create a hook here. So again press tab key. So we got this vertex selected, right? So being selected the vertex what we have created for the pin. For this vertex, come to this hooks and select this hook to new object. So we'll get a hook created. So we got a hook created here. So press tab key to exit that edit mode. So let's select the hook here. So which is created now. Select it first. Hold shift key. Select the empty. Now control P. Object keep transform. So now if I play this, we can see we are getting only the vertex pulled away. The cloth is not getting moved. So now select the cloth here. Come to this modifier options and change the location of this hook modifier above to the cloth. So now if I play this, you can see we got the cloth moving along with the model. So here I want this cloth to be interacting with this building. So we need to add a collision property for this building model. So select the building here. Come to the physics property and add collision. Scroll down, disable this single sided and friction. I will make this 0. So now this cloth will be interacting with the building. So let's see that. Now you can see the cloth is interacting with the building. Nice. So first of all, let me hide this plane. So here I will add a force field. So shift S, cursor to selected, shift A, come to this force field, and here I will add which force field? I will add this wind here. So press and increase the scaling, and let's place the force field here, and let's rotate this towards like this. Let's place this, and strength I will increase this to 50. And I will parent this force field to the empty. So select the force field, hold shift key, select the empty, control P, object keep transform. So if I play this now, I think I need to increase the strength a bit. So let's select the force field here. I will make this 250 and let's see. Yeah, so we are getting some movement in the cloth. So I will increase the strength to 500 and I will add a noise amount of 0.5. So now if I play this, you can see the cloth will be interacting with the force field. So if you want to increase or decrease the strength, you can do that. So I think I will leave the strength to 500 only. This is looking good. So now let's move on to the render viewport here. So here the scene is looking dark because there is no light in the scene. So I'll be using an HDRA. So I'll leave a link in the description for the HDRA also. You can use the same. So come to this world properties, click on this yellow dot of color, add environment texture. And from here we need to load a HDRA. So open. So here I got the HDRA, select it and open image. So press 0 to see through camera. So we got some light in the scene. And let's rotate the sun here. So let's come to the shading viewport. Press 0, change this to render. Now change this object to world option. Now select this node here, press Ctrl T, T for t-shirt, hold Ctrl, press T for node wrangler. And by the way, if you're not enabled node wrangler, go to this edit, preferences, come to the add-ons and look for node, NODE. Enable this node wrangler, save the preferences, close it. After that, select the node here and press Ctrl T for node wrangler. Now we can rotate the sun. So first of all, let me play this. So we're getting the shadows onto this plane. And if you want to rotate this thing, we can do that. So I will leave this to here. Okay, it is interacting also. So now we have the sun aligned properly. Now come to this render properties enable ray tracing option, and come to this film option and enable this transparent so that we will get the footage visible. And come to this color management, view transform, make it standard so that we get the true colors. And if you want to add bit of contrast, you can do it from here. So this to none only. And now we need to have the shadows visible on the building, but we don't want to have the cube visible here. That means this building visible, but we want the shadows. So let's select the model here, add a material. Okay, so in surface we need to change this to hold out. So now we will get rid of the cube visible, but we will miss the shadows also. So in order to get the shadows visible and make the building invisible, we'll be using cycles. So let's change the render engine to cycles, enable GPU compute. So now come to this object properties. So being selected this model what we have created. So come to this visibility, make it a shadow catcher. And let's delete the surface, or else you can change this to principal BSDF only. Okay, so now you can see we are getting the shadows visible, and we got rid of that model what we have created. So we got the shadows also here. So now we want to have the shadows onto the plane, right? So let's bring back the plane here. Let's select the plane, add new material, come to this object properties, visibility, and enable shadow catcher for this also. So now if you play this, you can see we got the shadows visible onto the building and also onto the plane. So if you want to reduce the visibility of shadow here, we need to rotate the sun. So come to the shading. So we can delete the plane here since the shadows are not falling onto the plane. Let's delete it. It is wobbling a bit. So let's select the plane here. Let's delete the plane here. We don't want that ground plane. Or else I will place the shadows here like this. Okay. So that some light will be falling onto the cloth and the shadows will be falling here. Okay, nice. So let's move on to this layout once again. Let's save the project. And onto this plane, I will add a poster. You can add whichever you like. So come to the starting frame here. Let's move on to the shading viewport. So let's select the plane here. So change this to object. Come to this material options. Click on this new icon to create a material. So hold this principal BSDF and press Ctrl T for node wrangler. And from here, I will load an image. So open. So here I will load this fan made poster. So open image. So we got the poster here, right? But it is rotated in wrong direction. So here I will be using this mapping node. So let's rotate this along -90. I think we need to rotate this in XX. So this is again inverted. So let's change the rotation to 180. Okay. So now we got this in correct direction. So now if I play this, you can see we got our scene ready. So here I have rotated the HDRA to get the shadows fall onto this building. Okay. So now we need to bake the simulation of this cloth. So let's select the plane here. Come to this cloth physics. Scroll down. Come to the sketchy options. So set the start and end frame of the simulation. If your footage is having more frames, just increase the frame value here and later click on this bake option. So it starts to bake the cloth simulation. So make sure to bake the cloth simulation. So here the bake is done, and if I play this now, you can see we got our cloth simulation done properly. So now let's come to this render properties here. So here I will be using cycles, right? So render engine, let it be cycles. Make sure this GPU compute is enabled. And now come to this render options, and maximum samples I will reduce this to 16, and the threshold value I will make it 0.1. And come to this light bouncing options, light path, and come to this maximum bounces I will reduce this to 6, and transmission also I will make it 6. So these settings are to reduce the render time. So if your device is capable to render more samples, you can increase the maximum samples number to get better quality. So my device is not capable to render more samples, so I leave this to 16 only. After that, scroll down, and if you want to enable motion blur, you can do that. So I will enable motion blur also. Now view transform, make it standard, And if you want to add contrast, you can do that from here. And let's make the shade smooth option also. Okay, so once this is done, come to this output properties. So resolution, I will leave this to default, which is vertical. So enable render region, crop to render region. Frame rate, this should match with the footage frame rate. Footage frame rate is of 24, so I will leave this to 24 only. Frame starting and end, my footage is of 248 rate, so I will change this to 248. And if your footage end frame is more, you can increase the number here. So here we need to select a location where to save the files. Here I got a location save to files. So simply click on the folder, locate the file where you want to save, and file format, let it be PNG, and make sure this RGBA is selected to get the alpha channel. So once these settings are done, go to this render and click on this render animation. So it starts to render only the PNG sequence. We won't get the footage visible in render. Later we need to use any editing software to do the compositing and color correction. So in this way we can create this kind of CGI ads or CGI visual effects videos in Blender easily. So hope you guys have learned something new from this tutorial. If you have learned anything new, please like, share and subscribe my channel to support me. So we'll meet in the next video. Until then, signing off. Take care. Bye.